That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Utility tokens on Bitcoin seems to be stealing the show right now. We had a lot of fun with meme coins, don't get me wrong, but I think right about now, it's time where we're going to get a little bit more serious and have some more tangible products on the Bitcoin ecosystem. So, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the current tokens that are available right now with active utility, some other tokens that aren't available, right, but should be a big banger, and some that are live but still are having their utility pending. We're going to be discussing all those things right now in this edition of Francis Dhun Uncensored. Francis Dhun Uncensored. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. You heard that right. It's all about the utility right about now. These particular tokens have outperformed the meme coins on Bitcoin, at least on the Rune standard. I know BRC20 meme coins, they did some next level gains. So we should be simulcasting right now on Twitter, I hope, and YouTube. It's been a while since I've done this. I might be a little bit rusty, so I do apologize. But in the meantime, if your ass is new here, make sure you be hitting that like button and subscribe button, but even better, smash the bell notification. The bell notification buttons, because we do have tomorrow's newspapers today, and I think today's presentation is going to be very, very, very valuable. You know, I'm going to shed some light on a few things. I think a lot of the people, the market sentiment, are distracted in other areas, and they're not looking at the next big thing. They're not looking at the current thing that's huge right now, in my humbled opinion. And we're going to be breaking all of that down. But before we do, let me make sure that we are streaming here. Okay, we're good on YouTube. And if I just refresh this, I hope I did it right. We should be on Twitter. And we are on Twitter. Awesome stuff. So I wanted to just show you guys something here on Twitter. You could actually chat here, right? This is not just for viewing. I know when you're on your mobile device, it looks like you cannot partake in the live chat. But I believe I did it where instead of pressing the actual video here, I clicked on the description, okay? So Bitcoin utility tokens, I believe I do, there we go. And you could chat through this way right here. Yo, right? You can't see because I am blocking on my end. I'll just go like this, right? So you guys can come on over here and chat it up, all good. Ask me any questions on the fly. Okay, guys, so let's get right to it. We're going to start off with the main one right now. And the main one right here, guys, it's a no-brainer. It's SAT's BRC20 token. And I think if you've been following me, for, at least, I don't know, a year or so or less, you should already know about SAT's BRC20 token. And you most likely got into the minting phase. Now, just to show you, to give you a little bit more insights to this, according to CoinGecko, right, when they started to list sats, they're saying it's 9,568% up, okay, which equates to 95x. That's according to them. Now, if you're minting, somebody who minted, you are in massive profits if these figures are correct, and we'll just say for argument's sake they are. But we're not here to talk about, how much gains it already made. We're here to talk about how much gains it's about to make, if you feel me. All right. So why is SATS a actual utility token? Well, I think quite a few people already know the answer to that, but there's a large contingent who is completely unaware, and that's because it is a utility token because Unisat made this announcement on July 7th. This announcement aims to provide an update about the swap product. Okay, so they're creating a swap, like a DEX, like a swap DEX on Layer 1 and also on Fractal Bitcoin. Swap will be available on both Bitcoin mainnet and also Fractal, and they show some diagrams here, right? And if we actually go like this, I highlighted it. It says the similarities of them are that both are based on the BRC20 protocol and use BRC20 sats as the gas fee. Now that's pretty damn crazy if you ask me, and I'm going to show you why that should be pretty crazy to you too in a positive way. Why? Because when we look at any sort of, token that's used for gas, mainly, it's in the top 20. Now, sure, I can't go that extreme and say that how this is going to be the case here with SATs, but it definitely will have, frequent utility that you can use whenever you want. Now, when you look at these sort of like, say, a blockchain, tokens over here, this could be conducted not only if you use like, Ethereum on a Uniswap, if I just wanted to send to another wallet, I need Ethereum, right? But again, that is a gas token, right? So we got ETH, BNB, Solana, XRP, Ton, Cardano, Tron, and it goes on and on and on and on and on, right? To 20, right? Polkadot. They all consist of gas tokens. Now, those are blockchain gas tokens. This seems to be just for the DEX, okay? But nonetheless, it's still super bullish. And I think when we come on over here, this, tells us that as well. We could take a little step back and go to the 30-day chart, and it's been up about, 85%, right? If you look at, some of the other tokens in the Bitcoin ecosystem, whether that's BRCs, especially runes, they're pretty much down in the 30-day chart. So that's something that you should most certainly be paying attention to, okay? And that brings us to the next one, okay? It's again, it's not like in hockey, right? It's not where the puck is, it's where it's going. It's about, do you have the talent and the skill set to actually see what's going to be the next big thing or what people are already talking about? Because the saying goes, if you're talking about what others are already talking about, or if you agree on something when the market agrees it's valuable, chances are you're too late. Or if you heard the announcement when the announcement was made, chances are your sorry ass is too late. So, with that being said, here we go. Fractal Bitcoin. This is one of the particular tokens that isn't live currently in the market, but it is soon to be live in September. Okay, one would think, because that's when this fractal swap DEX, let's call it, or fractal swap on Fractal, not the same one as Sats, as we discussed on layer 1, but there's going to be 2, right? That's when this goes live, okay? And one could expect on TGE similar things will fall into place. Now, why is this important? It's actually important because, let's go here first, it's coming from the Dhun datas themselves. Unisat, the individuals who first created a business around tokens on Bitcoin. They were the first one to give us a marketplace, huge. They were the first ones to build a wallet support for tokens on Bitcoin. Yes, we are talking about the Unisat themselves. That's a big deal in itself, okay? So that's why that's important over there. And when we come back here now to the website, as I sip my coffee, what is the utility of the Fractal token? The Fractal token is called FB, Fractal Bitcoin. It enables transaction fees, full stop right there. I'm bullish. Don't even need to read the other use cases, but we will anyways. Also, access to nodes and services, project launchpads, layers on top of Fractal, and ecosystem stewardship. So we have transaction fees in there. Now, does that now mean that Fractal Bitcoin, the token, FB, because Fractal Bitcoin is indeed a framework, it's an implementation, right, that extends Bitcoin, and it's, the tech is amazing. If what they're describing to us actually works out to be, in fact, practical when it goes live in September, boy, oh boy, mad money is going to be flowing in to the Bitcoin ecosystem because of Fractal Bitcoin, okay? It's going to fix a lot of problems. The trading experience is going to be finally rectified. It's going to be faster block confirmations, all still while trying to be as much as it can be like Bitcoin, mirror Bitcoin, with the proof of work algorithm and also the SHA-256, and Bitcoin core code as well, okay? But, my point with this now is all of those use cases are fine, but the transaction fees is still somewhat vague. Now, you may think that how that's going to be transaction fees for the Fractal swap, like I did, okay? So again, if you're now joining the live stream or you're watching the replay and you didn't catch on to what I said earlier, there's going to be 2 swaps. One on the mainnet. Sats is going to be definitely the gas token for that. Okay, you're going to need that to trade, paying fees. And then there's going to be a Fractal swap. Now, this is where it gets a little bit gray in terms of the specifics of the use case when they say it enables transaction fees. What does that really mean? One would think it will be for transaction fees for the Fractal swap. But who knows? Because, in the article, if I could find that on the fly, yeah, right here, we already went over it. These 2 lines says the similarities of them are that both are based on the BRC20 protocol and use BRC20 sats as the gas fee. Right? So if I am interpreting this correctly, what they're trying to tell us is that sats will be the gas for both swaps. So wrapped sats, okay, when you go to Fractal, and then native sats on module 1. So I'm super bullish on sats. And other people who actually do their own research and come across these things and this, this type of online literature and whatever research they conduct, they have come to the realization as well that, yeah, I need to buy some, and that's why it's been going up. Okay, so what would it be used for in terms of transaction fees? Who knows? But that's a legitimate, use case. That's for sure. Another thing I want to point out here, and again, nobody owns bags of this. This is yours for the taking. Okay, TGE style, right? The good old days before the airdrops came and ruined everything. But who knows? Maybe they're doing airdrops. I don't freaking know. They didn't mention anything of that. But project launchpads is a big deal too. A lot of people, if you're here in the Ethereum DeFi bull run, right, 2021, bro, launchpads were doing mad gains. So I guess what they're saying here is, they will be the ones who are delegating that launchpad and also using their token FB for utility there. So I'm pretty bullish on that, right? And I mean, you should be too. Now, if you really want that in-depth analysis on what Fractal Bitcoin is, I highly recommend you come on over to my channel. It's the only video right now that explains this in thorough detail, okay? It's actually a very good explanation, and just because it's very good, let me give myself a like, because it is a good video. Fractal Bitcoin explained for complete beginners. Come on over to the channel on YouTube and check that out. Oh boy, we're getting to one of my favorite use cases, utility tokens on Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, not only is it's my favorite, it is the first ever utility token to go live on Bitcoin. It's also the first utility token to be a native token for a public inscription tool. Madness. Groundbreaking at the time. Let's carry on with that now. Okay. And of course, we're talking about the SHINT BRC20 OG token. That was a fair minted a long time ago, that never did any pre-sales. Okay, no VCs, none of that ish. And the way SHINT, and Sat Hunters describe themselves, they say here, SHINT, the first ever utility token on Bitcoin, and the first ever BRC20 public inscription tool utility token, right? Sat Hunters Ordinals members also pay zero service fees, but that's a different topic, right? So again, it's the first utility token on Bitcoin. What does it do? Well, you could come on over to sathunter.com and try it out for yourself. If you wanted to actually pay for, your, runes and, without using your precious Bitcoin, you could do that too, right? Sathunter.com, click runes, you go to the mint, and you literally could use this token, right? So I don't know what the heck's out there right now. 20%, whatever this, check ruin, 23%, blah, blah, blah. You come down here and, you could tinker around with all of that stuff there. Right here, you can pay with SHINT. Why pay with Bitcoin if you can pay with SHINT? So this is another legitimate use case, right? Normally, if you go to public inscription tools, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be paying in sats, okay? But over here, it's quite the opposite. You save your Bitcoin, you use that SHINT coin, okay? That's what's happening there. And more importantly, it actually works. You do not need to wait for a transfer inscription to arrive in your wallet before you can make the payment or issue token balances. What we have done here a long time ago, right, is alleviate the transfer inscription, and also we tie in the token balance into the same block, right, the mining block, and that gets pushed over in the same block, so you don't need to wait for a transfer inscription, which is one of the biggest critiques when it comes to the BRC20 standard. I think if builders actually wanted to fix this, I'm not even a builder, we were able to do this a long time ago. We put the transfer inscription in the same block as a token balance and send it. Okay, so everybody says that BRC20s and the transfer inscription is a problem. I think this literally solves that problem. It works just like runes. It works just like SRC20. It works just like atomicals. Okay, so that is another one. And I mean, who knows? Maybe SHINT might have some more use cases up its sleeve. Who knows? Probably nothing. Like the kids say, oh, probably nothing. Hey. Okay, cool. So what else we got on the table? Oh man, we're going rapid fire today. Next on the list is Liquidium Bitcoin DeFi. As I sip my coffee, it's getting cold. Okay, Liquidium. Borrow against ordinals and runes. Earn interest in Bitcoin. Bitcoin asset lending platform on layer 1, which is very impressive. Okay, so this is a runes token, okay? And they are doing some damn good ass work, I must say. So over here, and this appears to be live right now. So app.liquidium, okay? You can head on over here, .fi, okay? And you could see everything here for lending, borrowing. So if you just don't want to like hold on to your assets, right? I believe this looks like a decentralized way. Connect your wallet. Hopefully they're using partially signed Bitcoin transactions. So that way you have to, so what that does now is you have a function on your end. It's not, I guess it is programmable, but it's not like programmable functions, complex advanced ones you could do on Ethereum and smart contracts. But partially signed Bitcoin transactions allow you to, you know, give permission to another third party to do X, Y, and Z with assets, right? Essentially, that's the best way I could describe it, the easiest way. And they seem to have a plethora of different blue chip, you know, assets over here that you could lend. And when we come on over here, we see 220% APY, not bad, 120%, 90%, 90%. And by the way, full disclosure, I don't even know the team. I don't know what the heck they are. I didn't know the guy's name. I'm just speaking from the heart here and what's on the market. And, you know, I don't pledge allegiance to any one standard or token. I just like to see innovation and things advance and evolve. That's all. Now, we could come on over to Magic Eden, and this is what it looks like over here. Seems to be up 10% or 11%, just under. What's this? That is, I think, for the 24 hours. Yeah, for the day. Okay, so that's a token you might want to look into when it comes to runes. So we covered 4 so far. The first one was Sats BRC20. Okay, there's utility there. The second one was Fractal Bitcoin. That's an upcoming one, big banger. If you want the next best thing, that's probably going to be it. Right? And then we talked about the OG SHINT BRC20. Real utility. Actually, the first utility ever on Bitcoin. Right? And now we're here on runes, which was Liquidium. Cool? Okay. Let's carry on over to the next one. And it is also a runes utility token. So this one here is Runes Terminal. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Remember what I said about launch pads, right? When that bull market comes and everything's fucking popping off, I'm telling you right now, if they're bringing quality projects to a launch pad, bro, and that shit, that project on a launch pad does at least 10x, and people make that money, guess what happens? The demand for tokens like Runes Terminal, which is Rooney, capital R, well, not capital, but, you know, I think they do it like that in bold, R-U-N-I, those mofos blows, okay, the heck up. So Terminal 1 is where the apes were born. So they do a bunch of things here, 4 or 5 different things. But what we're going to be focusing on really is the actual launchpad structure, right, which is RunesPad. Now you can head on over to apps.runesterminal.io/app to get to it, or just click on RunesPad. And you could see what they got going on here in terms of upcoming and whatnot. It looks like Ordinal Hive is a project that might be going through them. Another one called Networth, it looks like, and Ordees. Okay, so I would just say you might want to pay attention to Launchpad tokens, right? I think it's coming to that time. So again, let me give a little bit more context here. I think the reason why we have meme coins on Bitcoin is because people thought there's nothing else we could do, right? There wasn't really much. I mean, there were builders, don't get me wrong, but they weren't trying to improve the already existing standards. They were creating their own standards, and that's fine. Once again, I don't pledge allegiance to one particular standard. I'm just all for innovation, right? If nothing's going to be changing and you're creating a new standard for nothing, to me, it's just hot air. So, yeah, what we're seeing over here now with runes and such, when utility comes into play, normally the utility means you're building something tangible, right? And anything tangible does need funding. It just does. Unless the guy's some freaking millionaire and he could fund his own shit. But anything within the Bitcoin ecosystem that has true merit or tangible products or infrastructure built had funding. You look at Stacks, look at Alex Lab, right? All of these, layer 2s. Lightning Network got a shit ton of money too from investors, right? Liquidium even did a pre-sale before. You know what I mean? So I think if you want some real change, which is going to now invite the other people from other blockchains like Solana, Ethereum, and what have you to come over, well, you're going to need some form of funding to build something real. okay? And at the beginning, it wasn't like that. It was just a meme coin, and let's go with it. And we're all for meme coins here, but it doesn't cause adoption. It just doesn't, especially when you got a list like an NFT, okay? That's just damn weird. So here we are with Runes Terminal, and I think they're going to bring some quality projects as well that may be worth your attention. Over here, is it? And you know, most of these coins that we're talking about, or tokens rather, they're in the top 10, okay? So Rooney is number 9, and this is for the Runes standard, right? Rooney's right here, right under Liquidium, right? And we're going to get to a couple others very, very soon. Let me just see what you guys are doing in the live chat. Let me say hello to everybody. Oh man, I forgot to start the poll. My bad. I got a poll going on in the YouTube. Oh god, why did I do that? That was blocking me. Anyways, I see. Okay, here we go. I see Noble. How's it going, Noble? We got King Alexander. What's up? Thank you for joining. ICP. I like ICP. All right, I like ICP. Music's too loud, is it? I don't know. I think it's okay. But I'll double check that. Thank you for letting me know. But ICP, I love ICP. I really do. Got some damn bomb-ass tech with those canisters, all that stuff. Really do like it. But they got one major problem. They got more developers than they actually do users. You know what I mean? Hopefully that does change. Runes all the way, somebody says. Okay, that's, you know, you're entitled to your own opinion. Awesome. Love your content, kind sir. No worries. You know how we do it. If you guys got any other questions, do let me know. I'm going to just see what's happening on, okay, well, Twitter. We got people, we got over 200 people on Twitter. Thank you for coming in here. But there is, yeah, you guys aren't participating in the live chat. Maybe you don't know how to do it. I've already shown that, and I'll just show that one more time here. People were asking me how to do that, right? So if you come on over here, instead of clicking the video, you click on the actual description, and that will open up a live chat for you, which is on the right side here, okay? So test, right? You see it above? I'm blocking it with the pip. Okie dokie. So let's move on with the program. We can't forget about RSM. You know, RSM, they are trying hard here. Now, I want to make this known. This is live on the market, but the actual tech is not developed as yet. However, there are, you know, reputable people who are speaking of it. They say it's the real deal. I think the kind lady from, what is it? The Layer 1 Foundation. She's always doing these spaces. She seems to be very bullish on it. Again, I have done some research on it. I think the gentleman behind it is Mikhail, and he has some involvement with developing on Bitcoin. So, yeah, it does have some credence in that regard. Now, what they plan to do is, well, let's read what they say, how they describe themselves. So, RSM is a programmable rune solution, a Turing complete state machine for runes, RunesFi, and BTCFi, okay, on Bitcoin Layer 1, created by Michael BTC, okay? So, essentially, what this means now is, if you ever traded on runes before, which I'm sure 99% of the people here on this live stream already have, you would be aware that runes does not have, and right now, not much, the standards don't have this, true programmable functions, right? It's pretty linear, right? I could send to you, you could receive. You could send to me, I could receive. That's about it. It doesn't have any sort of advanced functionality or programmable functions, I should say, such as doing a multi-sender app, right? Like all at once. Yes, you could do airdrops and all these things, but, you know, or maybe something like burning an LP in a decentralized way, right? Creating an LP in a decentralized way, right? You cannot, or maybe, you know, you want to automate the vesting periods, right? You conducted a pre-sale, people, you got fundraising, your investors now, they get 20% at launch, then whatever, another 10, you know, monthly. Well, you want to automate that in a decentralized way through a smart contract or something like this. Right now, we don't have that on any one of these standards, but it appears teams and camps like RSM or Rune State Machine are coming to market and trying to vigorously make that happen. And I hope they do, because it's been very painful over here within the Bitcoin ecosystem when it comes to trading. Okay, so once again, the tech is not live as yet. And, you know, let's just take a look at where the token stands. It's number 32 in this instance, okay? It has done over like 12x. Yes, it's down 13.79, but it came from like, bro, like 0.1 sat or some shit, okay? It was very low, 0.9 sats, whatever. So that's that there. And you guys know how it normally goes, right? With these type of utility tokens or development coins, what happens here is, sure, there may be no action. I mean, there might be action up and down, but that's people speculating in anticipation for the development to go live. But once an announcement is made and it's like, hey, we're live, go check it out, the green candle normally arrives. So it's up to you to decide if they're going to actually complete these tasks and be successful or not. But I do believe it is worth your attention to take a look at RSM. Oh boy. Oh boy. One of my favorite runes tokens of all time. BAMP or NUSD, baby. All right. And BAMP of Nakamoto dollar. NUSD is the Bitcoin dollar. Runes NUSD, NUSD, BRC20, also NUSD. Could anybody guess what they do? Well, this is a stablecoin on Bitcoin Layer 1, NUSD. Pretty damn revolutionary in my humbled opinion. Now, you can head on over to BAMK.fi and get more context and insights to what the team is doing here. And, if we read this brief description, BAMK.fi is a synthetic dollar protocol built on Bitcoin Layer 1, providing a crypto-native solution for money not reliant on the traditional banking system, alongside a globally accessible dollar-denominated savings instrument, the Bitcoin bond. All right. What else we got over here? Yeah, I'll read up a bit about that. You could buy Bank. This link takes you to pretty much Magic Eden, or buy NUSD, where I believe, is this it here? The swap opens up. Oh no, that goes to dot swap. This is something else where you could actually trade or swap, USDT on Ethereum for NUSD stablecoin. Now, why is this important? Because, let's just say, like right now, I think the markets has taken a little somewhat of a tumble. These conferences tend to always do this, right? The Bitcoin National Conference. But let's just say for some weird reason, you're led to believe that the market's going to take a dip. Well, a lot of people don't have access to direct stable coin, right? When it comes to Bitcoin, they got to go to a SEX. So this now here is, if you come over to bank.fi and you got some NUSD, you could, you could swap your BTC for NUSD stable coin, right? Where you should be safe in the knowledge, knowing that how you're not going to lose any dollar value when it comes to, and even sats rather, right? If you're going to play that trading game, right? For your Bitcoin. So that's pretty damn cool and needed. Now, a little bit more context to what they're saying over here. BAMK.fi protocol is the issuer of the Nakamoto dollar, okay? A synthetic dollar on Bitcoin Layer 1. In Phase 1, NUSD is backed 1-to-1 with USDE. And holding NUSD occurs BAMK every block. In Phase 2, NUSD will be fully backed by a delta-neutral Bitcoin position, earning a native yield, the Bitcoin bond. NUSD is circulating on BRC20 5-byte ticker. You're going to be hearing a lot more about 5-byte tickers in the months to come. Bet your bottom dollar on that. You could BAMP that to the, you could BAMPcon that. That's what I meant to say. Okay, and the Rose protocol with plans to issue on all viable protocols on Bitcoin Layer 1. So that consists of many different protocols is what they're trying to say there. Not just unique to BRCs, right? Or runes. You can expect this on whatever else exists out there. I think like a tap maybe, and whatever other standards is out there. Cool? Let's head on over to this right here. So BAMP of Nakamoto dollar, this is where you could find it. It's ranked number 3 when it comes to runes, right? And this is, being ranked by over here, okay? So, what you call it, by the market capitalization. Cool, and by the way, BAMP actually did about over 80x after market, depending on when you actually bought in. On minters, I believe, not many people were able to mint, but whoever did, they're up very handsomely as well. Okay, guys? So that's what I got for y'all. If you guys got any questions, let me know right now is your time. But let me tell you, the market is definitely moving in the direction of utility, and you best believe that. Okay, so, yo, what's up, Metafatura? How you doing, bro? Long time no see or hear. Love your content, sir. No problem. Really appreciate your knowledge. Thank you for eye-opening information. Okay. Yeah, Moto, to be honest, bro, I haven't really looked into them, but I would. Somebody asked me that question the other day. Thank you, Zach Dog, for asking me that. Really haven't looked into them, but I will. There's a lot of other different camps popping up lately, but I mean, for me personally, I got to stick with my guns here and my intuition, and, you know, that's telling me to be on the lookout for the BRC 22.0 guys and also Fractal Bitcoin. I think what they're doing now is they're actually addressing the framework, right? So right now, what do we have, right? We have runes. Cool, great, no problem, right? Fine, no transfer inscription, UTXO based, whatever. But the problem with that is, right, it's the framework doesn't address the issues that turned off people, which was lack of DeFi trading and, you know, this marketplace structure of listing tokens, like an NFT. So now it's a half-baked sort of standard that didn't really change much, okay? I don't give a shit if people get butthurt by that. That's the facts. That's what it is. You want me to lie to you? I don't do that. I don't lie to people. So that's what it is. And when you have other frameworks that are from the people who were here from the very beginning and created this, that actually made ordinals relevant, which is Unisat and BRC20 tokens of Bitcoin, made it relevant. Ordinals, as a matter of fact, would have been cool but irrelevant because everybody was into the art. But what drawed in Binance and drawed in all these exchanges and all these institutions were indeed the tokens. So that's a consensus, not an opinion. So when you come with a standard that didn't really change much, that allowed that, you know, turned people off, then you don't have much change. So now when you have these other protocols, as you know, back to my original point, BRC 22.0, now we have Fractal Bitcoin that's addressing the real underlying issues, okay, and coming with real solutions that's going to have liquidity pools and going to allow you to buy as much tokens as you want and not forced to buy whatever the seller lists. Guys like Solana from Solana and, you know, Ethereum on Base and what have you will definitely feel a lot more convenient here. So we're looking at the real change coming from the actual framework and not having a standard that involves a token or a creative third-party team like a Liquidium or like a BAMP or a NUSD to try to make something happen. The framework in itself should make it as easy as possible for anybody to build if the tech was right. But we don't have that right now. But I believe in about 2 months or so, we very well should have that with the likes of Fractal and also BRC 22.0. And let me tell you, I got a trick up my sleeve, bro. And I ain't going to say that shit right now. But BRC 22.0, you guys keep sleeping on that. Keep sleeping on that because that means more opportunities for guys like me. Trust me, it got a very unique feature that will not exist in any other standard and or protocol. Okay, what's up, guys? We got some guys on Twitter. What's up, Snoozy? BAMP is the tether of Bitcoin. There we go. I agree. BAMP team releasing BTC and USD instant swap soon. Let's go. Captain, dude, I would actually use that myself. Real talk, I would. Maybe I should do an interview with Jack, and he will be able to explain that a lot better than you. We also have on the Twitter live chat, we also have Blockchain Bob who says, thanks for keeping us updated with Bitcoin utility, bro. You always lead the charge on Bitcoin Fi, in my opinion, and respect. And Snoozy says, LLLLFFGGG, ladies and gentlemen. So, I don't like time is money, money is time. I ain't here to waste your time. I dropped the alpha, I showed you guys what's going on. The market's definitely going that direction. Let me tell you, you don't want to be on the wrong side of history, okay? This is what is going to happen. It's going to proliferate. Trading on Bitcoin is going to be like how you trade on Solana and Ethereum. Make sure you set up your chips right and you know where to position yourself in the very near future. We'll be covering all this stuff when it comes to utility on Bitcoin and even some memes, because I know you guys love your memes. So there ain't really much stuff to see other than, till the next video, your ass is on your own, bro. Later.